Tales Point Hard Book Club for August. Got it right this time. And we'll be chatting about The Girlfriend by R L Stine. So I've got this one and this super shiny one that will blind you in the sunlight. I wasn't sure about the shinies to start with, but they've grown on me, but not as good as the original. Hi everyone. Right, I just add Olivia in. Blinding you with the light. Hi Olivia.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Good. I'm excited to chat about
Oh, I can't wait. I
it.
can't wait to see what you think about this book. Just one sec. I've been very busy this week because I was just going to show I've got a new little kitten. Her name's Missy. She doesn't like being held very much, but I thought, oh, I'll pop her on. Look, see, she's going. But she's a little rescue kitten, so she's a little bit nervous at the moment. Oh dear. Oh, she's on my shoulder now. Can you get down? Can you jump? Yeah, she jumped. um, so yeah, I thought I'd show her to everyone, and oh, she's so sweet. And just she's a little bit nervous still, so she won't stay in here. So I just thought I'd grab her quick while she was on the chair. Yeah, the newest member of the Point Hard Book Club. Yeah, that's it. But Olivia, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
You're our baby now, Olivia. Our baby.
nothing more.
uh,
Like a good thing when I see it.
oh, yeah, exactly. So, Olivia, if you don't know, Olivia, is it Worley? Am I saying that right?
Perfect.
Yeah, got it. So Olivia was born and raised in New Orleans, now lives in New York, and you spend your time writing thrillers. And I first came across Olivia in, I want to say 2023, I think it was, with your first, this was a YA, wasn't it? People to Follow.
Yeah.
And the thing that caught my attention back then was the tagline for this. So it's 10 influencers, 10 secrets, one dead body. And it's so, so good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that was in 2023. And then in 2024, the debutantes came out.
Yeah.
And this is super cool. And obviously, look at that cover. That is just, how can you not read that? And then your new book, So Happy Together, I brought on my Kindle, which I'm currently reading, and that is super, super good as well. But tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so here I have visuals. This is
Oh, so good.
for So Happy Together. So it is my first thriller for adults. It is a psychological thriller about a woman named Jane who meets the love of her life on a dating app, Colin. After only 6 dates, she's pretty sure, which maybe sounds familiar for those of you who are the girlfriend. But after 6 dates, Colin breaks things off with, but she is determined to win him back. She's sure they're soulmates until she breaks into his apartment, finds something shocking, and then quickly realizes that she might have to befriend his new girlfriend, Zoe, to get to the bottom of it. So it's perfect for fans of the book and TV series You, the movie Woman, or anyone who just likes a book with an unhinged female narrator who's a little bit delusional. But I think also in a lot of ways relatable
Yeah.
and easy to root for as many bad decisions makes.
That's why when we've been chatting for a while about maybe doing something for the book club, and I was like, oh, we should do The Girlfriend because I think it just pairs up with the theme of your book so well. So I've been dying to do it for a while. Oh dear. So yeah, so do check that out. And you've got a new book coming out in October as well called Final Cut. Oh,
A young adult thriller.
oh, that cover. Honestly, all your cover art is
First
just,
illustrated one, and I like it a lot.
yeah, it's so, so good. And that one it's due out in October, and it's where the set of a low budget slasher film turns into a real life horror movie. I'm sold. That's
For
it.
Queen.
Sold. Oh, so have you read Point Horror before? Have you heard of it, or was this the first time?
I hadn't really even heard of it. I knew of like R L Stine and like Goosebumps, obviously, but I know that that's a different thing. So admittedly, this is my first one.
Oh, I'm so glad to have introduced you to
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it's shocked that I never, I guess I kind of came to the horror stuff later. I feel like I was a bit of a scaredy cat as a kid and young teen, so I guess it makes sense that I never.
Yeah, I always found that the word horror, like, I mean, it's loosely, it's really a thriller, isn't it? But the horror bit is what drew me to them as a teen. So I was like, oh, horror, I shouldn't be reading
Yeah,
that. So I was like, yeah. Oh, dear. Shannon said, sounds great. I actively look for books with unhinged narrators. Yeah, definitely check out Olivia's book. Definitely. Um, so yeah, so okay, we'll get into it then. So obviously the tagline for this one, now unfortunately as well, Olivia didn't get a copy of the book, but you did manage to read it. Um,
yes.
yeah, I had a disaster with the US Postal Service.
It's
So yeah, it was interesting. I was tracking it everywhere. It was
yeah,
going everywhere, and it's gone back to where it came from now. But who knows? But the tagline for this one is when she was good, she was very good. But when she was bad, she was murder. I love a good tagline. So, so good. This one was published in 1992 over in the UK. And basically, it's about Scotty, who has the perfect life, the perfect girlfriend. I'm going to call her Laura because I think that's how I would pronounce it.
I assume
Yeah.
so.
So Laura is smart, beautiful, popular. But when Laura goes out of town, Scotty has an unforgettable secret weekend with Shannon, a girl he's just met. And on Monday, Scotty wants to go back to Laura, but Shannon plans to keep Scotty any way she can. And some ways are pretty horrible, to be fair. So Shannon's in love with Scotty. She likes to call him baby. And
Indeed.
the word baby appears like about a million times in this book. So just think like a teenage fatal attraction, and I think we're probably good there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caroline said that night was the worst mistake of his life. Yes, definitely. Hmm. So, talking about our main character, then, so we've got Scott Singleton, which I thought was quite a funny surname considering what happens. But he's a male protagonist, which is unusual for point horror to have a male protagonist. It's
Mm-hmm.
quite rare. And obviously he's described as like the typical point horror boy, so straight, light brown hair. Although it did sound like he had a mullet, I will
Yeah,
admit. Did you find that?
but they're like it's trimmed in the front and long in the back. So
Yeah, definitely a mullet. Definitely, he was rocking the mullet. So he's described as a typical quarterback, tall, broad-chested, thick football player neck and muscular arms. And he plans to go into architecture when he goes to
right.
college. So he's got a great life ahead of him, despite the fact that he's an idiot. So, what did you think of Scotty?
Scotty is the true villain of this book. I'm sorry.
Mm,
I hate him so much. I
I
like
hate him.
bad for it gets with Shannon, but like truly, I think the moment that it like really clicked for me, where I was like, oh, nothing has changed since 1991, is when he's thinking to himself, like, I told Shannon I'd call her sometime. Like, she had to know that meant I was never gonna call her again. Which I don't use your words, Scotty. I think this is all his fault.
Exactly, like he really doesn't make it clear at all to Shannon, even
Yeah.
though he claims he has made it clear. He definitely didn't. Like, no wonder she was confused.
Yeah, and his girlfriend seems so sweet. I don't know.
But you're right. I think in my opinion, he was the villain of the book. Like, just every time. And like, I saw Shannon put, he used the word bogus. So that also appears a million times.
Yeah.
Oh, even when Laura tells him to stop as well, he
Mm.
still carries on.
It's his brand, the mullet. And
Yeah. The mullet and the bogus. Oh yeah, so obviously he had a pet snake as well called Ernie. There was a little brother mentioned as well called Denny, but he was irrelevant in the end.
we'll start
Um,
him at one point, I'm pretty sure. After he's he's done Shannon and he's like, what is my little brother's name?
yeah, like at the end, you just like he was obsessed, wasn't he? I need to think of what his name is. I can't think what his name is. It's crazy, totally bogus. We should have done a drinking game, you know, like how many times we can get it in the chat.
Absolutely.
Oh, Shannon said Scotty is such an idiot. Yeah, bogus, Trina said. Fully Spook said that description reminds me of the movie Swim Fan. Oh yeah, it does a little bit.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's quite a good film, mate. Well, I enjoyed it. It's just ridiculous in a kind of way, but it's good.
Yeah.
Autumn said, yes, Scotty was horrible, so dumb. So dumb. Caroline said, I love Swim Fan. Billy said, yeah, I pictured I pictured him as Jason Donovan. So I'm not sure, do you know, I don't think you'd know who Jason Donovan was, but he
Laptop, I'm Googling.
so put Jason Donovan 80s in because he looks a lot different now.
There's a bit of a mullet in one of these.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Once seen, never forgotten.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was in an Australian soap called Neighbours. So you're right there, Billy. I can picture it now. Trina said, yeah, and then he keeps lying and going hot and cold with her. So yeah, the thing is, so do you think that he was definitely giving Shannon mixed signals? So this wasn't Shannon like in her head or anything. He was definitely giving the mixed signals.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shannon was locked in a little quickly for
Yes, she was.
those, which we've all been there. But yeah, it seems like certainly he was not a very good communicator, and in his mind, the things that he thought were absolutely totally clear, shutting it down, were not at all, which feels very familiar in today's dating scene, I think.
Yeah, because it starts out like innocently enough, doesn't it? So he notices a girl who's got a flat tire on her bike, which obviously was a setup, right? Do you think she planned that?
I think yes.
Yeah, I thought so. And obviously then, like, he offers her a ride home. They stop for hamburgers. He drops her off home, and that's where it should have ended. But no, he asks her out on a proper date the next day. I think they go to the movies or something, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously then he goes back to her house and like she aggressively starts kissing him and like it's emphasized. I think that's when she first said, you're my baby now. But it's emphasized that something went on, which obviously we don't see on the page. So are we guessing that it was like full on at that moment?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think it was, but I don't know. That's
Yeah,
like
because I think later on, at some point she reminds him, but I was so nice to you.
very nice to you. Yeah.
I'm like, oh dear, I'm not sure I should be reading this.
Yeah. No other layer to it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Larissa said he had so many ways to get out of this. He legit could have said, hey Laura, I gave someone a lift home and now she's stalking me. Which is a valid point. Like he why didn't he tell anyone? Like, did that frustrate you?
Yeah, well, because I feel like I mean, and this is terrible, but I feel like he very easily could have gaslit her and been like, no, she's lying, happened, she's crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
didn't occur. I mean, I guess that's maybe good that he did.
Well, yeah, but he could have at any point, like at any point, he could have like just told his parent, well, his mom.
Yeah,
I know Bender, his bestie, like finds out. Um,
seems kind of like chill about.
he was like in a kind of way with Bender. He had bro code, like if that's the term. So he didn't like shop his bestie in. But then on the other hand, when he saw how extreme this was getting, he should have intervened.
Probably. Um,
Yeah.
it's he seems to Scotty feel a lot of pressure about being the perfect couple and everyone, thinking they're teens of the year at the like whatever club that was.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's just so in his head about upholding their perfect image that he didn't want to do anything at all, I guess.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like at any point he could have done something at least.
Yeah,
Elena said Scotty was infuriating. Yeah.
yeah.
Matthew said the best way to get out of it would have been not to get into it at all. Yeah,
Also, that you could just not cheat on your girlfriend, Scotty. That's
exactly. So he's put he was an absolute heel, totally bogus. Yeah, that's true. Sharon put in big capital letters, fluffernutter. Oh, not sure I can say that on here. It sounds like something a bit rude.
for the animals. I was really
Yeah. Oh, that was.
would be full inside if it weren't for the animal cruelty.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, you normally in an R L Stine, normally the pets aren't safe, but two in
I,
one book.
I haven't read a lot of R L Stine. Are like, did the kids ever die, or is that mostly out of?
Yeah, sometimes. So, Beach House by R L Stine, that's got like a really high body count of the teens. So it just depends. Like a lot of Fear Street, I think, as well. He just, yeah, he varies. He likes to to vary it.
I guess, including Fluffernut.
Yeah, fluff and nuts. I can't believe that's like what a name. Imagine like the cat's outside and you're like fluff and nutter, come here. So wrong. And then Shannon's put poor Ernie the snake as well. Oh dear. Yeah.
And I don't
R.I.P.
think the snake to get it, but upset me.
Sad. uh,
Quality is that he had like a cool pet that he liked a lot.
Well, yeah, I loved how he did love his snake.
Yeah,
He did look after it, and although I have to say, like, I'm not sure it was clear at the end that it definitely was Shannon that did that. I mean, we'll talk about the ending in a little bit, but
right.
I'm not sure.
Mm.
Correct. Someone correct me in the comments, but I'm not sure she did admit that. So I was like, maybe it was Denny.
I'm here to be a Shannon apologist, so I will accept that version of reality, I think.
Melina said, did anyone else imagine Bender as the robot from Futurama? Yeah, every time I was just like, I couldn't get it out of my head. Even when, like, his description was that he fell on the floor a lot as a joke.
My favorite thing that's like Bender's whole personality is he bit and the bit is running into things. Like peak comedy. I kind of loved it. Something about that feels very like 1990
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, it was just like, but that's all that he really did
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, I kept imagining him as Bender from Futurama, definitely. Billy said, "Poor Fluffernutter, you're just trying to make me say Fluffernutter constantly." and Ernie. Matthew said, "I think Bender had a crush on Scotty." Oh, I like it.
See it?
Yeah, I wish they'd gone there. Like, you didn't get that in these books. You just didn't get that, which is a shame. Oh, Melina said I think so too as well. Speedway Chick said Laura was very mature and forgave Scotty, basically saying they were going so fast so soon. I liked Laura. If a boyfriend got my pet killed, I don't think I would have been so forgiving. Yeah. So what
Yeah.
did you think of Laura?
No, I did. I liked Laura a lot. I feel like the only thing that I didn't like is how quickly she let him off the hook at the end. Like it seemed like there
Yeah.
were no consequences for any of this for him, which I, as like Scotty's number one hater, was hoping there would be.
Yeah.
He's totally fine. She's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense that you cheated on me because we've been together so long. No,
No,
or I
not
just
good. But it's like Speedway Chick has a point, you know, she forgave him so quickly over the fluffernutter thing in the cap thing.
that's almost even worse than the cheating.
That's unforgivable
Yeah,
completely. Yeah, definitely. So did you feel sorry for Laura at all at any point?
I did, except I'm like, she's gonna be okay because she's the one who has the super rich family and she'll be fine. I feel like Scotty is probably on thin ice a little bit with the dad architecture internship.
Yeah.
So maybe there will be consequences that just are
Mm.
yet seen, but I feel like probably not, judging from everything that happened.
I'm not sure how I liked Laura. And I like the way, I think at the beginning she says, I think Scotty says something about, oh, you know, the quarterback and the head cheerleader was such a cliche. And I liked the way she was like, I don't feel like a cliche, I just feel
Mhm.
like me. And I was like, yeah, Laura, I like that.
Yeah,
Um, but she's more absent throughout the book, really. She's kind of like referenced more than she's in it, I guess.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and they're just total opposites. And I suppose there's a discussion, you know, about class as well, really, because obviously she's from this rich family. Scotty's trying to get a scholarship to go to college,
Right.
and things like that. So do you think that they were a good match together, or do you think they should just not have been together at all?
Well, I mean, clearly judging from the fact that like Scotty was willing to cheat on her with the first girl who had a flat tire, probably not. Because I'm always kind of a little skeptical when people, because they said they've been together since like,
Sixth grade or something?
yeah, like I feel like that, like there always is conflict of someone feeling like they haven't
Mm,
experienced life, I guess. So yeah, I feel like probably they should have just gone their separate ways at Princeton.
mm.
Let Laura explore. I don't know.
Yeah, just set her free. But although I don't like Scotty. I do feel like I don't know. It didn't come across to me like he was just with Laura for like the prestige or the
Right.
money or anything, because he seemed to quite shy away from like, oh, do we have to do this?
Mhm.
And Laura's like, yeah, we have to. We're gonna get $500 each to go to this lunch or something.
Yeah, the teens of the year really cracked me up.
What was that? Is this an actual thing? Like, I've
I
never heard of it
it might
before.
feel.
Hmm. It was just unusual. I was like, okay, so they get awarded this because everyone's just congratulating them all the time. So they
Yeah,
get awarded this thing. They go to like a posh meal, and it's yeah, it was it was bizarre. Very bizarre. Larissa said, definitely giving mixed signals, as in Scotty, but I
Mhm.
don't think accurate signals would have made any difference to her, in all fairness.
Probably not, but it wasn't out of nowhere. I think. I,
Oh, so,
I,
should we talk about Shannon then?
I think yes.
So, Shannon, you're a fan of
I
Shannon.
just love an unhinged girly. That's, I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like aside from like she obviously took it very far, but I think she was very clearly being misled. And
Mm.
a normal girl might have just like cried about it and gotten her feelings really hurt, but Scotty did not treat her well. Um, so I feel like the feelings are justified, if not the actions. And also, like, it seems like she's had a really not great life,
I
and
know. I felt sorry for her a bit at the end.
she just wants someone to love her.
Oh, she does.
Apart
Yeah,
from been a different way.
I'm totally with you. I loved Shannon just for how unhinged she was because she just didn't care. Like she grabbed Scotty's fingers and just like,
Yeah. And yeah, she never seemed to care what anyone else thought of her except for him, which is
no.
iconic. She's acknowledging the friend that's there when she's breaking his fingers.
just and the thing is, Bender doesn't even say anything really. He's just like, you can imagine him just standing there open mouth.
Yeah.
Oh dear. And the other scene that I really loved with Shannon was when she's standing by the car and she's and like Bender and Scotty are trying to walk the other way and Scotty turns around like she's got a match. And she just you can just imagine her like ting,
Yeah.
slow motion, the match like going into the car.
No, I kind of forgot she lit his car on fire.
She did some unhinged stuff. What else did she do? She so
Yes.
obviously oh yeah, when she claws Scotty's face at the luncheon as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she was going for it.
Yeah. Committed, and I respect that.
Mm. So did you have a favourite Shannon moment out of all of the moments that she had?
I mean, honestly, at the end, when she finally decides you're not my baby anymore, and then comes at him with the what was she holding? It's like
Was
a
it the ski pole?
yeah, I feel like that was the best like good for her moment of this whole book when she finally realizes that break free of this attraction to Scotty with some light bludgeoning, perhaps.
It's just the way that Laura says as well. Oh, she ruined the birthday present.
Yeah,
Because you were going to come skiing with us.
yeah. No one like that's what I'm saying. No one is looking out for Shannon. She
No.
needs a friend.
She needs someone. Bless her. Bless her. um, Speed Rating said, yeah, I thought there was a lot of suggestive text. So obviously when Scotty goes back, yeah, a lot of suggestive text there. Um, and then Sharon said, the perfect couple thing got a bit intense. So everyone's saying and constantly congratulating them. So I just took it that maybe they were in, I might be wrong here, but maybe they were in like a smallish town
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. So then in like that kind of environment, if you've got these like figureheads that are good teens essentially, then I guess that could be a thing. But it was a little bit OTT.
Yeah, no, I think so. So yeah, I guess I get why Scotty was so under so much pressure all the time. Because
Yeah.
it's hard to be teen of the year.
Yeah, it's so hard. Oh, but that's where Laura was kind of like pushing him a little bit to like do these things to be social and to appear at these events.
Yeah,
Um, so I wonder whether she was doing that. I didn't feel like she was doing it for her own benefit, but more to try and benefit Scotty. I don't know, or maybe to keep the
yeah,
pretense up about them. I'm not sure.
yeah. No, I don't know. Because yeah, it seemed like she wasn't super into all this stuff either. But like,
Mm.
do it, and she wanted him to have the $500, I guess.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. So maybe she was doing it for the good. Do you think she did love him, Laura?
Like, yes. Um,
Mm.
I feel like she may not be as aware as Scotty is of like the class difference between them. Because I feel like in her mind, like they'll just get married and her dad will set him up with a good job forever. But I don't know if she's
Mm.
like the weird dynamics or like
Yeah,
that.
that's so true. Because
I
the
think we
dad,
mentioned.
yeah, and the dad, Mr. DeMarco, he was like, I think I don't know, I did feel like he took Scotty under his wing a little bit.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like there was like a falseness there that he was trying to give charity, if that makes sense to Scotty.
I was expecting there to be more of a like threat of like if you hurt Laura, this will all go away. But they seemed like they all just really liked Scotty the whole time. And when he thought he killed a girl, like everyone got over that really quickly.
Really, really quickly. Must have been the mullet. That's what it was.
It's they're distracted.
That's where you're all going wrong.
So
Mm. um, Melina said, yes, Stein and his animal deaths. Yeah. Oh, just, oh dear. I have to like skim over a little bit because he did go quite graphic in this one, I thought. I was like, oh. um, Autumn said, I told my husband it was very much Fatal Attraction, complete with the animal death or two. Yeah, definitely was. Shannon says Stein is a butcher. Let's be honest. Yeah, yeah. Matthew said the animals took it over the line for me. I was team Shannon until that happened. I think I'd rather she had gotten Denny than Fluffernutter. Yeah, that's so true.
that.
Oh, that's so true. Like, I think I would have preferred that as well.
I feel
Like,
like also expecting there to be some reveal with Denny that he was like a little bit evil, but he was just there.
it was just like there was just no point. Oh dear. Billy said I did think Bender was going to get creamed at some point.
Yeah,
Do you mean? Yeah, that would have been cool. Why
I was
didn't they do that?
wondering if Bender was in on it somehow, but
Mm.
walking into walls and falling down.
Can you imagine that would have been so cool though at the end? So she's got the ski pole, she's she's coming at Scotty, and then Bender's just like, oopsies, and like falls in front. That would have been a better ending. Oh dear, yeah, we need to rewrite it. That would have been
Yeah.
cool. Then he would have had a purpose. Oh dear. Hi Emma. Trina said, yeah, I agree. I was like, yes, Shannon, girl power, make him pay, but then she killed the snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it was confirmed she did it though.
That's
I'm
true.
not sure. Shannon said Shannon was committed. I'll give her that. Yeah, she really was. I mean, the constant phone calls as well. Like, just, hey, baby. Oh, dear. And, like, how did Scotty's mom not even think anything was up?
Like, I think seemed to accept very quickly that this girl who kept calling him was nothing more than like a school friend. I feel like she could have been a little more suspicious.
Yeah, and that whole scene when when she's on the phone to the car insurance as well.
Poor also. She's a prime victim in all of this. Like,
Yeah, but like she doesn't even like push it or question it. Like she's just like, as long as she's got her platinum hair all done up, she's happy.
yeah.
Oh dear. Matthew said Shannon would certainly be a good project manager in the workplace.
Yeah, she skills. She just needs to apply the right way.
So true. Hi Heather. Emma said I would not have forgiven him so easily. She killed the cat. Yeah.
Really did kind of forget that she just seemed to move past that very quickly.
Yeah. Definitely. Trina said, completely agree. I wanted her to break up with him or at least shout at him to talking about Laura, at least having some type of reaction.
I needed there to be consequences. I'm glad that Scotty came out of this alive, but I feel like
I'm not.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm being too easy on him, but I feel like there needs to, like he's learned nothing from this.
No, nothing. um, Matthew said, I think Laura went and had a new boyfriend 2 weeks later and forgot all about Scotty.
I hope so.
Oh, that would be, yeah, I think so. Let's hope like she like just dumped his ass and then went and found a new hot boyfriend without a mullet. Not that there's anything wrong with mullets, it's personal preference, but just saying.
Shannon could do both of them. Laura and Shannon could do better.
Yeah. Melina said Scotty totally got away with it. So I think the ending of the book kind of needs discussing in like 3 parts,
Mm-hmm.
really. So obviously the first part, so we've got Scotty goes to Shannon's house. Unsurprisingly, it doesn't go down well because he's like determined, you know, this is the time, gonna break up with her. Because it worked so well the other times.
Yeah, he's been so clear with his words.
Yeah. So he gets there. She obviously aggressively comes on to him. He turns her down. They have some tussling, and he kind of like shoves her to the floor, like killing her. But it's quite aggressive. Like I was like, oh, this is
That's
like,
the way that it was written after. It was so chilling. Just like
yeah.
the line that stuck out to me is I think he keeps saying, I'm too young. Like,
Mm,
which feels very like poignant in the world that we live in, that immediately his concern is not for the woman he just thinks he's killed, but for himself and like his image and everything.
exactly all he thought about. Sorry, say again, Olivia.
Oh, and then just the stuff where he's like, "What's my brother's name again?" Like,
Yeah.
but like it was very chilling, that entire scene.
Yeah, I agree. Like I was reading that and I was thinking, oh, like this is just like horrific. Like check if she's okay. I was like screaming at the book, going, check she's okay.
He didn't even that hard. He just
No,
flung her over the shoulder.
yeah. So rather than calling 911 or any for any medical help, or even the police, or
Yeah.
even just like doing a runner, not that I condone that, but you know, he does decide, doesn't check her pulse. He just decides
No.
to lump her on his back. And figures that he, you know, he needs time to think, so he's got to put the body somewhere. So he figures that the best place to hide the body is in his girlfriend's house, in
Yeah.
Laura's house, in the
Brilliant.
basement, because it's never locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll just come back for it later.
Yeah.
um,
He,
so
he probably would have just left her there if he could. I don't think he was ever.
yeah, like I was like, what am I reading? And obviously, then he enters Laura's house with Shannon's body like thrown over his shoulders. And Laura, because obviously it's his birthday, Laura and his friends all jump out and go, surprise!
That I'm not expecting, and it really got me. I was like, oh, this is delightful.
Oh dear. So obviously Laura's planned a surprise party. Um, the most oddest entrance for a surprise party ever. So Scotty kind of freezes and drops Shannon on the floor. And then obviously she comes around and his
Mhm.
first thing is like, I knew she wasn't dead.
As if this is her fault.
Yeah. But like what did we think of that whole like him taking the body there? Like
Well,
I'm at a loss.
this this is so good. Scotty is finally about to get what's coming to him, and then no one cares. Like, I really wanted her to whack him with the ski pole or something. No. And he kind of admits that he thinks he thought he killed her, right? And no one really seems to bat an eye at that.
Yeah, they're just like, and like to me, that's like scary in one respect because again, you're thinking about how class could be portrayed, whereas like you know, are they not reacting because I mean I've seen a lot of a lot of true crime stuff, but
Yeah.
are they not reacting because they're thinking they can deal with this in their wealthy way? Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Because yeah, that would have been interesting. I feel like if there was some final consequence where Scotty does, but like because he's not part of this like upper class existence, like that's the thing that does him in. But like no, they were just kind of
They were just like,
they were
yeah.
cool.
they just don't react at all.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got Shannon like springing up with the ski poles, which we discussed, which is just hilarious.
Icon.
Yeah, classic. And that kind of like going back to the Fatal Attraction comparison, that kind of reminded me of that when she's in the bathtub and she kind of like gets back up. Or just my other cat sitting in front and I just scared her to death then. She's just gone. Oh, bless her. Billy said Laura was a bit smug and overly perfect. Yeah. Matthew said, I wish Shannon had broke Scotty's other hand before she got taken away.
Something. I don't know. Make sure he can't play football at least.
Something needed to happen. Sharon agrees that Laura dumped him a few days later, I reckon. Billy says, still laughing about there being a Teen of the Year award ceremony in their town.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed that like we don't have one. Oh dear. Matthew said Laura reminded me of Elizabeth Taylor in A Place in the Sun. Ah, yeah.
The reference.
Melina said maybe Laura was planning her own secret revenge. Oh, I like that. Yeah, see, we need another book. That's what we needed. But Narissa said, or maybe probably still together due to familiarity. That does happen. Yeah. But we like to think not, because he doesn't deserve Laura. Narissa said must have been some kind of community thing like charity work or something, like to do with the award.
Yeah, it's because it was like the Junior Chamber of Commerce or something.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it sounded like a really nice lunch, although Scotty missed the lunch. Oh dear. I mean, even like we're talking about like the violence at that point when at the end when he goes to her house, but even before that at the lunch when she turns up, he manhandles her so much in front of so many people and no one really intervenes. They just let this happen.
He's his date and he's just doing this and it's fine.
Yeah, it's like the whole scene, and like I think there's like a bodyguard there or bouncer or something, and why don't they intervene at some point?
You're more concerned with making them leave and get out.
You're embarrassing everybody.
Yeah.
Oh dear. And even like when he goes in, because obviously Shannon like he jumps on top of Shannon at some point, and then obviously the role reverses and they're having this like scrap, and obviously she scratches and he's got blood on his collar which he tries to dab in the bathroom. But even when he goes back in and Laura says, where have you been, you've missed the lunch? Oh no, you've got blood on your collar. Like, I would like be pressing questions more.
No, it seems like that was still fine.
Yeah, it was just, oh dear, get that out in a little bit.
Yeah. No, I could have been more concerned.
Emma said it was weird how they kept saying they were a lovely couple. Yeah. Melina said the adults were all a bit fixated on the perfect teen couple, a bit creepy. Yeah. Emma said Shannon was actually quite a frightening antagonist. Yeah. She was frightening, but we loved her. Billy said Shannon and her iconic windbreaker.
Oh yeah, her plastic.
Yeah, and she had that on at the end, right? I'm sure. Somehow. Don't know how that happened, but I'm sure it was referenced. Shannon said, how many times did they tell us she had red hair?
Yeah.
That's very true. That's to get across, she's like this vixen with big full red lips.
Yeah.
Trina said
also creepy that he kept mentioning that she like talks like a little kid.
Yeah. You're my baby now. Oh dear, that's the stuff of nightmares. In a Brummie accent. So from where I'm from, I would call Brummies. So you're my baby now. Trina said, also the policeman was always lurking in the bushes but didn't intervene until the end. So that
Yeah.
was what I was going to ask you about. So I'm probably going to butcher the name. So obviously someone's like lurking in the shadows constantly watching Scotty, which he thinks is one of Shannon's wrestler brothers, because she said she's got these 3 wrestler brothers. But it turns out he ends up being a Lieutenant Jarmusch. I'm going to just go with that. And so he's a juvenile division police officer who has a long track record with Shannon's criminally violent behaviour, which apparently includes a conviction for manslaughter.
Oh, I did forget about that.
Yeah, like now I
Really,
need more.
her behavior is improving.
Yeah. Yeah, she hasn't done manslaughter this time. We wish she had. Oh dear. Yeah, so that was a bit of a curveball. So
Yeah.
apparently he was doing this off the clock surveillance. A bit
Which is
suspicious.
creepy. Yeah.
It's a bit creepy because basically he was stalking Shannon while Shannon was stalking Scotty.
Yeah. No, and he didn't do a thing.
So what did you think of this twist with all of a sudden this officer being
Yeah.
present?
Well, I was kind of this is where I started to suspect that maybe Bender was involved because I think we're told that he's really tall and like this hooded figure was really tall. So when it was revealed that it was like a guy from the juvenile detention center, I was like, oh, okay, like I guess that makes sense. But could have been solved immediately had Scotty ever once asked him a single question. So once again,
Mm.
it's Scotty's fault.
But then also, like, this happens quite early on where this figure is like lurking in the shadows that Scotty spots. So, like,
Yeah.
really, the officer could have stopped a lot of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess was he waiting for her to try to like do manslaughter again and then he could step in?
That's so true. Like, was he like,
No.
oh, the pets aren't enough, I need
Yeah.
more?
Yeah, did he not see Shannon cut the snake?
Oh, so yeah, yeah, the whole thing, like, just, it was just crazy. I was like, wait, the
Yeah.
whole time?
I guess he had to stay undercover because he's not supposed to be doing this.
Off duty. Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, apparently, the notes I've put is here to save Shannon from herself and make sure that she gets the help she needs.
I don't know if that's happening. I
No,
mean,
I'm a bit suspicious. Like, I don't think he was really a police officer.
yeah, wait.
Mm. But again, they don't even question it either. They don't ask to see his identification or anything. They just like let him take her off.
Yeah. No, no one is concerned for Shannon ever. It's really
No, sad. It's very
yeah.
sad. um, Larissa said, had a wealth of crazy moments to use this month for the lesson. So Larissa draws like a monthly lesson, like teen life lesson, and they're always really cool. And oh yeah, there's so much to pick from in this book, but you did such a good job, Larissa. I especially like the fact that if you look and just scroll in, you can see that Shannon's going. That is so good. So good. Emma said Shannon was a proper bunny boiler. I did say Shannon then and not Sharon, didn't I? Yeah, I must have said Shannon. Not Sharon. Sorry, Sharon. I did say Sharon. Miss Boo Boo said, yes, the policemen are always useless in these books. And that is true.
That's
But
kind of still now. I feel like
mm,
YA thrillers
yeah.
right sometimes because I'm like I don't know how the police system works, so I avoid it as much as I can.
Just like keep them out of the way.
Yeah.
Put them in situations where the police aren't around. Oh dear. Matthew said, I wish he'd brought her back for a sequel or two, which ended with the Shannon gets married or Shannon the bridezilla ties the knot.
That would,
That would have been so good. Matthew said as well, it was in Minnesota, wasn't it? So, I said about maybe it was in a small town. Okay, so maybe it was. I
yeah.
take it that's not a small town.
Are the point horror books supposed to be set like in the same sort of fictional universe, or are they just like,
I think they're just random, like one, the Hitchhiker, for example, set in Florida. Like they're set all over the place, but I always just like to think they're set in the same world and they're just all crazy. Oh dear, that would be so cool. Whereas like the Fear Street books, they're all obviously set in Shadyside on Fear
right?
Street. But yeah, Point Horror, they're just all random because they're all by different authors as well.
Right.
So there's R L Stine,
Mhm.
Carol Ellis, and things. So it's just a collection of books.
Yeah.
But I do think we should have had more books in this series. That would have been so cool. Um, Billy said Scotty only had his mum with her piled high platinum hair. Yeah. So maybe Mr. DeMarco was his father figure.
Mm,
That's true. Yeah, Caroline says, wasn't expecting the two animal deaths. Lisa said, I can't get over the fact that Scott walked into his surprise party, which no one told him about, with a girl over his shoulder. No one seemed to bat an eyelid, which is what we
no.
mentioned. We're still not over it.
And he
No.
didn't try to explain it away either, really. Like he could have been like, "Oh, I found her. She was hurt."
Yeah, yeah, he could have just said, oh, I found her outside, or I bumped her with the car, like
Yeah.
anything. Didn't need to explain a single thing. That's so true. Elena said, also, Scotty's just a liar. He breaks the door and doesn't admit that either.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, he lets his mom have to pay for the car repairs and everything, and just does.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, so she'd had the door smashed and the car. Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, no, both of them.
yeah.
Like I don't know what happened.
Oh, yeah. It's just like,
That was he just was mad and like punched the door or something.
did
That's
he throw his bag? He threw his
yeah.
school bag or something at the
Yeah, it
door.
was literally his fault.
Yeah, and then he's like to his mum, "Oh, someone smashed the door," and she's like, "Oh, well, we can't afford to get that replaced."
Yeah.
Oh, bless. He was horrible.
Yeah. The worst thing,
um,
Scotty.
Lisa said Laura was more concerned her birthday gift was getting ruined. Yeah, definitely.
Also,
Um, Matthew said, I don't think Scotty's mother had a clue what was going on. Um, Parents stopped parenting boys when we were 15 or 16, totally different from how girls were parented then. Oh, okay. Yeah, she just seemed to yeah, just didn't really like
he
take
was
much notice.
afford the door repairs from her son who can't manage his anger.
Yeah. Oh,
Work.
dear. Um, Scott said, yeah, Scotty gets. So Scott in the chat says Scotty gets off far too easily. Shannon said it should have ended with Scotty impaled on the ski pole. Yeah, definitely. Would have been so good. Emma said, I felt bad for Scotty as Shannon got worse, but then I remembered he did a really crappy thing. That's so true.
Yeah.
Caroline said there's everything wrong with mullets. I don't know. There's some hair there to put your fingers through then, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. um Elena said, yeah, Scotty's aggressiveness stood out to me too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Matthew said that's how it was growing up in the 80s. My parents were totally point horror parents, and so were my friends' parents. As long as we were quiet, they didn't care what we did or where we were. Oh wow. Trina said, why Laura's basement? Just, I wonder if like Stein was like, got myself in a bit of a pickle because obviously it's Scotty's birthday. meant to be going out. How could I fix this?
I feel like maybe there's something that just like Laura's family can solve all problems, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah. But as you mentioned earlier, I think he was just going to leave her there, and then
yeah, no,
one of the days it would be another surprise. um, Matthew said, "Yeah, why of all places take her to his girlfriend's house?"
yeah,
Trina said,
probably better to leave her in the abandoned house that she's been in. I don't know.
"Yeah, he could have just walked. Well, not that I condone it, but he could have just walked
No,
away."
that's why it's so frustrating that consequences, because at no point did Scotty do anything like clever, conniving to get away with all of his crimes. He got away with it.
Oh, boo to Scotty. Um, and Trina said, and why were all the family there super early and nobody had told him to be there? Yeah, like convenient. Like imagine Laura in that moment seeing him pull up in the driveway and she's like, quick, quick, he's early. I didn't tell him to come here, but he's here. Oh, because even his mom was there, right? Even his mom was there, I've just realised. Mm, yeah.
He was done, and that's
Shannon said the Raiders cap was always going to come back, wasn't it? Yeah, definitely. Matthew said, I can't believe in all of everything Scotty did in that evening that there wasn't one chargeable offence. Yeah, there should have
yeah.
been a chargeable offence. And also Matthew said the only consequence was that Scotty's birthday party got moved to another time. Yeah. Emma said, yeah, thought Laura. Oh, Emma said, I thought Laura was going to stab him with the ski pole.
That would have been great.
That would have been so good. It's like right at the end on the last page, she's just like, this is your birthday present. Ah! Oh dear. Oh dear. Larissa said she defo dumped him before she went to university. Yeah. Shannon said the references to the important looking man in the hotel lobby cracked me up.
Because that was just like the security guy or something, the like guy who threw him out, the manager maybe.
Yeah, crazy. Scott said at no point during the hotel scene does he deny Shannon is his girlfriend. Oh.
Like at no point was he like, this girl is obsessed with me and not in her right mind. He just let it all happen.
Yeah. Do you think that was him consciously doing that, or do you think he thought, I'm going to make this situation worse if I say she's not my girlfriend?
Yeah, I feel like maybe he just was so afraid to admit that he knows her at all, because then maybe he'd have to admit that he like took her out or whatever. I don't know.
Emma said, Shelley, your baby voice is terrifying. Speed Rachel said, I never believed the brothers were real. So when Shannon was telling the story about her family and her brothers, did you believe that, or did you get a sense she was making it up?
The whole time I was like, no one else lives in this house, and I'm very afraid for her. Because it's also kind of sad that she comes up with this story of like, I have these men in my life who are gonna defend me because no one else will.
Yeah, that is sad. Oh.
Yeah, she needs someone who cares about her, and it is not Detective what's his name?
Detective Lieutenant
Yeah.
Shamoosh. I don't know how you say it. Oh dear. Melina said, I think the story from Shannon's perspective with backstory would have been so much more engaging. Yeah. Ta-da!
Brain.
This is why I paired this up so well. um Speed Ratic said, I thought he did show his ID, so the lieutenant maybe did show his ID at the end. Oh, okay, must have missed that because I was too busy going, what is going on? Lisa said, I thought the tall shadow man was an ex of Shannon and that he was the one jealous and targeting Scotty. That would
Wait,
have been good. We missed out.
yeah. Someone call R L Stine up.
Matthew said Minnesota is a smaller than is sorry, Minnesota is smaller than a small town. They have a big city, but most of it is very rural. Oh, okay. So that might make sense with them being quite the focal point of the town, being such a lovely couple. Karen says someone needs to make a map of all the real world point horror locations so we can all take a bookish road trip together. That'd be so cool. Shannon said when Scotty admitted to Lora he went out with Shannon on the night of the dance, she just said, "You did what?" And that was kind of it. Like, if that was you, if you was in Laura's situation at the end, so obviously, like, no actual discussion happens. He kind of just says this thing, and she's just like, what would you do? I'd be like, you what?
Yeah, no, I would grab the ski pole, run after him. I guess
Exactly.
I love that she's secure enough, maybe in the knowledge that she's going to dump him tomorrow, that she
Mm,
doesn't care.
yeah, yeah. Oh dear. Speed Race said one word for the mullet love Billy, as in Billy in the chat, or like Billy someone else. I'm not sure. Tell me. Emma said. Laura said, you sure know how to pick 'em in a jokey fashion. Like what? He cheated on you with this girl more than once.
Yeah,
Yeah. She just lets him off the hook way too quickly.
yeah. No, I have to believe that she just in her brain has already decided that it's over.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I hope.
Yeah.
Um, Karen said it's always really obvious that the kids in point horror books have never read a point horror style book, as they fall for every scheme and are never suspicious about the right things. Yeah, they were in the books before they were books. No, that came out wrong. They were created. They didn't know point horror existed. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Larissa said, wasn't it that they were going to meet there before going out as a ruse for the party? Oh, because I thought Laura was picking him up. That's why he didn't want to go back to his house with Shannon over his shoulder, because he's like, no, I
Yeah.
can't go back because Laura's going to pick me up. It was just a way to get him there, wasn't it? Shannon said, I did feel a bit sad for Shannon. She lived in quite a dark, dingy house and didn't have anyone around for her. So do you think that was her house? I just gathered that she broke into some
Yeah.
house.
Assumed maybe it was just like a house that was not being lived in that she has been squatting in.
Yeah, yeah. I just think because the references that the furniture's like a bit haggard and
Mhm.
the wallpaper, so I'm like, she just found like a vacant house and
Yeah.
you know.
So
But not that like Scotty questioned it when he was doing the dirty with her on the
yeah,
second date.
yeah. No, because I think he made some like comments about how she lives in like a bad part of town or whatever, but then
Yeah.
accept that otherwise.
Doesn't question it. Yeah, just typical. Caroline said it wrapped up so quickly. I thought my book must have been had pages missing. Yeah, so was you a fan of the abrupt kind of ending, or did you want a little bit more after, like an
Well,
epilogue or something?
because yeah, I feel like because it was building up to such a like dark, tense ending with like that scene after he thinks he's killed her when he's having almost like a mental break of some sort. But then the fact that it's just like solved really quickly with the cop coming in, I was like, oh, I guess this is probably what was. I mean, I don't. I guess since I haven't read other point horror, do they ever end like really darkly, or does it have to kind of up?
sometimes we get a nice little bow of an ending, and it's all tied up in a nice little bow. I feel like R L Stine does do endings that do end quite quickly sometimes. I think 𝐕𝐡𝐞𝐧𝐞, who's another really good author, she wraps everything up kind of well and gives you a bit of a good extension on the end. But I do think, like, I'm never normally sure about epilogues in books. I'm like, but like in this one, I do think that I
Yeah.
would have wanted one.
Or yeah, even one from like Shannon's perspective where it's
Yeah.
done yet.
And like sometimes as well in these books, you do get like the villain's perspective as
Mm,
well. So that would have been super cool just to have a couple of chapters from Shannon's perspective. I think that would have been a good addition.
yeah,
Definitely.
because yeah,
Yeah.
very abrupt that it ended. I feel like I saw some people say they thought they were missing pages because
Yeah.
it was.
Oh dear. And the Billy that was being referenced, silly me, how could I forget Billy from Stranger Things?
I had the thought. I was like, that's the only Billy I can think of.
Yeah, it's me not thinking. My mind just went to like Billy in the chat. I was like, Billy, have you got a mullet? Oh dear. And Billy said, Speedway chick, I was checking my DMs for your my baby now message. Oh dear. Oh, it doesn't take much to confuse me. um, Matthew said, I bet the people were upstairs like in House of the Devil. Oh, so in Shannon's house, had she
Hmm.
put them upstairs? Oh, that's sinister.
Oh no.
Yeah, the people that own the house. Oh, yeah, that would have been so cool. Larissa said they likely had a page limit and were like, shit, gotta wrap this up now.
Yeah.
Quick, 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 quick. Matthew said, I would have liked for it to have ended with a newspaper article where Scotty had finally gotten caught doing something crappy to somebody and going to prison for it. I like that ending. Oh dear. So do you think that you would read another point horror after reading this,
Oh,
Olivia?
absolutely. I'm like locked in.
Yeah.
I'm for it. I like can't believe I didn't read these as a teenager because it is very much my thing.
Mind you, was some of these were like very early 90s, so I'm guessing that you're younger than me.
I was
So they're
in the 90s, but in the late 90s.
yeah. So they probably were like coming to the end then. But I mean, yeah, I'm glad to have introduced you to them. Like there's plenty of unhinged characters in these point horrors.
Yes, which I love.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you, like, for joining us and being our special guest. And I'm so glad. Did you have fun with this one? I think you did, didn't you?
This was so much fun. So thank you for inviting. I've had a great time.
Oh, thanks, Olivia. And obviously, do check out So Happy Together. It is still at the moment, if you've got a Kindle and you're in the UK, I'm not sure about the US, but it is on offer as a Kindle deal at the moment, and I highly recommend grabbing a copy, or just grabbing a hardback
Yeah,
copy
in
as
the
well.
US, it's on sale at Barnes and Noble for 50% off as a hardcover
Oh,
still.
wow. Oh,
So
yeah. And that US cover is like, it's just so eye-catching, I think.
I
Like with
but yeah, I think the
yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, it's so so cool. And obviously do check out the back catalogue as well because I read these and these are so so good. If you like point horror, you would definitely
A lot
like
of
these.
behavior poor choice, but smart,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But yeah, do check them out. Yeah, and Melina says she's gonna check out your books. And yes, happy birthday to Raj. If Raj is in the
Oh,
chat, happy birthday. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Larissa. My mind's not with it today. Oh, but thank you guys. Thanks for all your fab comments as well. I loved hearing what you would like to have happened at the
yeah.
end as well. I think we could have like rewritten the end, to be honest. Oh, thanks, guys, and thanks, Olivia. Come back again soon. See you later.
I
Bye. Bye.